Saber and I head out together, leaving Tosaka at home. It's 7:30 in the morning. The hilly road is extremely quiet. The road is usually packed with students going to school, but there aren't that many people around today. I heard the school will be closed for a while. Makes sense. There may not have been any deaths, but a majority of students are still bedbound. I really want to check on Sakura just to make sure she wasn't at school that day. Their symptoms are like severe malnutrition, so it should be a few days before they're up and around. Those are the lucky ones. There are still some whose injuries will last a lifetime. I hear Taigo's among those sent to the hospital. Do you need to go visit Hiroshiro? Yeah, I hear Fujini is just fatigued. I was told not to worry about her and just to study at home. Before we left, I phoned the Fujimura house and asked how Fujini was doing. I want to go visit, but I need to hold off for now. So you're going to concentrate on investigating? That is fine, but do you have any leads? So, it's weird that the official story is like malnutrition. You'd think it'd be like, oh, there was a gas leak or something, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Or like a carbon monoxide thing or something. Just because, yeah, I mean, not everyone's going to collapse of malnutrition on the same day. There's going to be someone who's been gluttonous and had more than enough calories to carry them through. Well, I'd say heat wave 2 could be a thing, but it's February, so probably not that. I can sense the presence of servants, but only when they are nearby. Unless you have a lead of some kind, it would be difficult to locate them. I could start by visiting Shinji's house. And he might just straight up be there. And if not, maybe we could talk to his sister if she's there? Yeah, it'd be hard if Shinji were just sitting around doing nothing, but I know him and I don't see him just keeping quiet after what happened yesterday. He's going to abuse his sister, probably. Take out his frustrations on her. I hope not. Shinji's not the type to just sit back and take a beating. So you believe Rider's master plans to create another bounded field? No doubt about it. He's like me. He can't provide his servant with magical energy. If Shinji wants to get revenge on me, he'll need a lot of magical energy. Which means it might not be so hard to find him. So rather than looking for Rider's master, we're looking for a bounded field. Yeah, we may or may not be able to detect the master, but we should be able to detect a bounded field of that scale. And we'll be able to pinpoint the site too. We just need to find a big building that draws large crowds. This is a surprise. That is brilliant, Shiro. Well, me being brilliant is surprising? Come on, Saber. Why are you roasting me? We're on the same side here. I do have a brain, you know. If I wasn't confident about finding them, I wouldn't be saying this. Yeah, I'm confident. The bounded field is one thing, but there's a point to us walking around like this too. Shinji probably can't leave me alone any more than I can leave him alone. I head to Shinji's house, just in case. I have Saber check for Rider's presence. She finds nothing. Well, Shinji's not the sort to just roll over and hide in his house after what's happened. Let's go. If Shinji's going to create a bounded field, it won't be here. It'll be in Shinto. Let's check all the office buildings there. I call Saber over and turn to leave the Mito house. Shiro, this is Sakura's house, is it not? Since you're here, do you not at least intend to say hello? I believe we have enough time for that. You know what, Saber? Sounds like a good idea to me. I am worried about Sakura. According to Tosaka, Sakura's weakened and luckily wasn't injured beyond that. Wait! Shinji? As if my opinion of him couldn't fall anymore. The son of a bitch actually actually activated the bounded field while his own sister was attending school. Didn't tell her, hey, sis, you might want to stay home today. Now, granted, how do you actually convince her without just straight up saying what's going on? And even if you said what was going on, you're probably not going to believe you still. But, like, you don't even say, like, hey, I guess come to think of it, what could you say? I don't know, like, I heard there's going to be, like, a terrible prank at school today from some friends of mine, so maybe best if you don't go. Or find, like, some local event, like, oh, hey, don't you want to go to the local farmer's market that's happening right now or something in February? And as if it were up to me, I'd like to see her and take care of her the way she's always taken care of me. But I won't do it. As long as the war is going, I shouldn't see her. I don't want to get her involved in any of this. Besides, I can't possibly face Sakura when I'm about to head out to fight her brother. Should the worst happen and I actually kill Shinji, I'll never be able to face her again. I shouldn't leave any loose ends like that. It's best for me, and I'm sure it's best for Sakura too. Dang. We check every building we find. Of course, we start with the big ones, but so far, nothing. I wipe the sweat from my brow and force my leaden limbs to keep moving. I try to calm my labored breathing by just taking a moment to rest. Oh, Shiro. Is there something the matters? Shiro, this way. Oh, hold it. This is the park. There's still buildings we haven't looked. Please let that matter wait a moment. This is more important. Something must have caught her attention. Saber's tone is stern, and she pulls me towards the park. Hey, Saber, what's going on? Why are we here? There's nothing here. Even you know that. Please, just sit on this bench. I hear what you have to say once you have done so. Saber's intense about this, so I reluctantly sit down. And then, for a moment, I almost feel faint. Huh? I hold my head with one hand. My forehead is damp with sweat, and my breathing is labored, even though I'm sitting down. Hey, wait a minute. Why would I be sweating like this in the dead of winter? This is weird. I don't know why I'm so exhausted. As soon as I say that, I realize what's going on. I'm not exhausted. My wounds haven't completely healed, so they're tingling. This is unreal. No matter how much I try, I can't get my breathing under control. My body feels heavy and my legs refuse to take my weight. I see. You have finally realized your condition, Shiro. Saber's mad. I don't blame her. I was the one who suggested searching for Shinji, but here I am, sitting on a bench like a loser. Sorry, I'll get up soon. Just give me a moment. That's not what I'm trying to point out. Nothing seems to get through to you. Huh? I can see that Saber's mad. What I don't understand is why? Hey, Saber, you need to be clear with me, or else I won't know what you're trying to get at. If you don't know, there's no point telling you. Please just sit here, Shiro. If you'll not rest on your own, then I shall join you. Saber sits right next to me. Eh? The bench is not that big. Not that big? I mean, come on. a bench that's not made for at least 2 people? Like, that's absurd. That should be against the law. Saber's sitting close enough to me that our shoulders might touch if one of us leans over even a little. Hey, wait, Saber. We don't have time to rest. We didn't come here to play around. We are indeed not here simply to loiter. Even in battle you must rest. If you have a grievance, I suggest you air it after you've caught your breath. Well, you tell me to catch my breath, but... Sure, I'm totally worn out and I can barely breathe, but having so close makes my heart go absolutely crazy, and, Shiro, are you listening to me? You've been pushing yourself this whole time. What you must do now is try to loosen up and calm down. You cannot rest properly if you continue on distracted as you are. But distracted? But you're distracting. Yeah, but... If she wants you to be calm, it would really help if she kept her distance. I don't know how Saber feels. I can't help but see her as a girl, or around my own age. Well, she may actually be younger, but she's still a girl. And plus, she's beyond beautiful. No guy could stay calm this close to her. I'm certainly no exception. Shiro, is my imagination, or are you even paler than before? I'm allergic to benches. It doesn't help, I guess. I'm not flustered or anything. If you say so, but perhaps you should lie down. Is there a place to lie down around here? Saber looks around. Oh, what the... What are the odds of there just being some random dude lying across a nearby bench using his girlfriend's lap as a pillow in a park that's usually deserted? Of course. Of course. So just to go over that again. What are the odds of there being just some random dude lying across a nearby bench using his girlfriend's lap as a pillow in a park that's usually deserted? Well, in a at least somewhat romantically coded visual novel, I'd say 100%. Saber, what's with that look? And... Saber glances at the pair of lovebirds. She's obviously thinking. Shiro, if you don't feel well, you should lie. I'm fine! I just need to sit for a moment and I'll get better. Don't you worry about me. Nope, no worrying about me. Just leave me alone. I turn away from Saber and close my eyes. Anything to keep our eyes from locking. Think calming thoughts, Shiro. Now I just have to keep taking deep breaths and try not to think about Saber being right next to me. It took a night for the fire to die down. Don't these normally happen to me when I'm sleeping? Did I fall asleep? And if so, I'm totally waking up on her lap, aren't I? And there were worse fates. The searing, roaring red wall eventually disappeared. All that remained was a charred field strewn with smoldering, blackened lumber. I remember that while I lay there on the ground, the sound of it reminded me of sparklers. The sky was getting cloudy. It should rain soon. That will help put out the fires. I could hardly even breathe as I lay there, staring dazedly at the sky. Charred remains hemmed me in on all sides. Burns cover almost my entire body, and there's an especially painful sensation around my chest. My chest is gouged out. I could probably touch my own insides. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I didn't collapse because I got tired. It's not that my numb body was trying to do me a favor by letting me rest. I collapsed because I was much too hurt to keep moving at all. That's why I ended up just accepting it calmly. No panic. I knew I wasn't going to make it. Everyone else was already dead anyway, so I wasn't scared. Staring up at the cloudy sky, I felt myself just sort of fading away. Yet in the haze of fading consciousness, I decided that as long as I was alive, I'd try calling for help. Right till the end. Huh, wait. Something's off. I shouldn't be remembering this pain in my chest. I jerked myself upright and tugged my shirt open to check myself over. Yeah, I figured as much. There's no wound. There's no scar on my chest. The respiratory distress that burn caused did almost kill me, but I didn't take some massive chest wound. If something like that had happened, even Kuretsugu wouldn't have been able to help me. Unless my amazingly good healing abilities were in play back then. Possibly. But more importantly... Oh, it's already night? Did I fall asleep, Saber? Yes, you slept deeply, so I did not wish to wake you. It seems to have helped, though. You've regained some of your color. That's not very nice. Sure, it might have been my fault for passing out, but you could have woken me up. I told you we don't have time to rest. But you must rest. And you did so only for about an hour, so it should not be a problem. That's just the benefit of hindsight. What would we have done if I hadn't woken up? Well, I do not believe our situation would have changed much. Actually, I've been thinking about to wake you. I've been about to wake you since the sun is setting and it is growing cold. I do admit I feel a lot better. I get up from the bench and start walking through the field. There's no trace of what this field once looked like. No trace of when it used to be a residential district, nor any trace of when it was cast in that hellish red light. But for some reason, I'm irritated that I dreamed that scene just because I slept here. Well, I mean, more so I dreamt it just because I slept. That's basically my go-to dream at this point. Shiro, is something wrong? No, I was just thinking that if I was going to rest, it should have been somewhere else. Too many bad memories here. Bad memories? Do you have some link to this place? Yeah. Oh, right, I never told you. I used to live around here a long time ago. 10 years ago, actually. There was a giant fire. It burned down my house, with our parents inside. That's when my old man saved me. Later, he adopted me. Hold on, wasn't that... I might be misremembering, but wasn't that all in relation... Like, that was an effect of the previous Grail War, right? And Saber was in the previous Grail War, so I wonder... I'm not saying she burned it down, but I wonder if she was involved in any way. Whether trying to, like, make it happen, stop it, just kind of a combatant in the hellscape. What? So that means you... Yeah, I'm not Kuretsugu's biological child. And I guess I'm not without ties to the Holy Grail War either. I heard that this place was the final battleground during the last war. It's kind of ironic to think that the survivor of this site turned into a master. Wait, hold on. Final battle? Did she say she made it to the final 2 last time? I forget. I know she didn't win, but I thought she got close. I'm not sure if she ever clarified exactly how close. I walk through the field. It's been 10 years, but still seems like the ground hasn't recovered enough for even grass to grow. Maybe all the resentment of the people who died here seeped into the land itself. Shiro, is that why you're so adamant about not allowing innocents to be harmed? As a victim of the Holy Grail War yourself, you're hoping to avoid creating any other such victims. Well, now that she mentions it, I guess I can see people coming to that conclusion. Surprisingly, I've never thought about it like that. I'm not sure. You have a good point, but I think it's something simpler than that. 10 years ago, I was so happy when Kiritsugu saved me. I didn't feel anything else at that time. And I think I just aspired to be like him one day, too. Yeah, I was just happy. Words can't even begin to describe what I felt when I called out for help and actually got it. But at the same time, the happier I was, the more guilty I felt. It didn't feel right, though, knowing that my wish was the only one to be granted. My old man saved me, but no one else was saved, and they couldn't do anything about it. Everyone wished for salvation, but only my wish was granted. Only I was saved. And in exchange, everyone else died. And that's why I have to take responsibility. But I can't take back something that's already happened. If I want to do something for the people who died, I should focus on preventing what's to come. I will not allow another catastrophe like the one 10 years ago. If something like that ever happened again, I'd never be able to face the people who sacrificed that time. At least, that's how I see it. More importantly, we need to get back to looking for Shinji. I feel better now, and we need to hurry up and check the buildings we haven't gotten to yet. Besides, there should be fewer people around at night. If Shinji wants to attack us, this will be the time. So if our plan is to be bait to lure him out, it's time to get to it. Let's go, Saber. Let's get back to the office district. Saber, what's wrong? Did you forget something? No. I was just recalling what happened this morning. I suggest you focus on healing your wounds before going out looking for Rider's master. But you told me our priorities were mixed up. You mentioned the same thing yesterday. I believed you for some time, but now I am certain. You do not value your own life. What? I mean, it's like she just stares at me and lays it out. Like it's a sin or something. You put others ahead of yourself. Admirable though it may be, you'll one day regret doing so. You should value yourself more, Shiro. Saber cuts past me. Let us go. Being here is clearly not good for you. Saber heads toward the office district. I tried to call out to her, but I can't stop her. What are you saying? That's what I want to ask her, but the words just won't come out. There's no way I'm not trying to help myself. That can't be true, but I somehow can't think of a single thing to say to argue with her. We make our way through the town after dark. It's a little past 8. The station is at its most crowded hour, and Saber and I stare at the map of the town. We have checked most of the main buildings around this area. Is there anywhere else we can go? Let's see. There's a factory a little further out from here. We should probably go check it out since people gather there. Not that factories are exactly Shinji's style. We do make conversation now, but it's still hard for me to look at Saber in the eye. I think our conversation from earlier is still stuck in my head. Saber's acting like it didn't happen, which bothers me even more. What about you, Saber? Can you sense Ryder's presence? No, I cannot. I fought her once, so I should be able to sense her. An odd feeling prickles at my skin. Even I can feel the wave of magical energy that washes over us. There's no way that Saber can't. Shiro, I do not believe I need to tell you about... I know. Are they close, Saber? No. They are not close enough, but we are most definitely being watched. This wave of magical energy is likely an attempt to provoke us. If we're being watched, that means they've fallen into our trap. Releasing so much magical energy is an obvious attempt to lure us out. So, is this Ryder? My mind changes gears. The awkwardness between Saber and me earlier disappears. I tracked the source of magical energy. Please be careful, Master. I nod. The wave of bloodlust I feel stinging at my skin is coming from the direction of the office district as it slowly empties of people. Today, of all days, maybe there will be nobody working overtime. Most of the lights in the windows of the building seem, as the heart of Shinto, are dark. There aren't many people on the sidewalks, and we have a pretty clear view of the building. I don't see anyone suspicious. If Shinji's anywhere, he'll be up ahead, maybe in the park we just left. I feel the bloodlust growing more intense. The enemies nearby. Or more like... Ooh, that's an interesting effect. A chill runs up my spine. If even I can feel this aura of bloodlust, then probably we're already in enemy territory. Bloodlust almost feels more like a berserker thing. Saber, be careful. Something's not right. You're correct. I can't believe they would attack us with so many others present. But it's difficult to be certain with this foe. It is best to be cautious. We both nod in silent agreement, and make our way toward the park. It's probably best to ignore the oppressive sense of a knife being pressed to my throat. Shinji and Ryder are nowhere around the office district. If they're going to attack, it's probably going to be somewhere in the park, where there won't be anyone else around. Shiro! Saber? I turn towards Saber. She rushes towards me like a bolt of lightning. And blocks a blow aimed straight at my head. Okay, we're in it! I look up. A massive building towers overhead. Clinging to the side of that building like some kind of spider is Ryder. What? Her hair is long enough to cover her entire body. Her limbs supple and white. The masked woman is indeed our enemy, Ryder. She licks her lips as she stares down at me. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. There's no mistaking it. She came spiraling down from the top of the building, aiming to take my head in a sneak attack from our blind spot. Saber lands on the ground. The time it took for her to rush in to block Ryder's attack, Saber summoned her armor. Saber, she's... I'll go after her. Please stay here, Shiro. Eh? Go after her? How? Saber kicks off from the ground. She disappears into the sky with a glint of silvery armor. What? She can fly? Ryder clinging to the side of the building like that is absurd enough, but Saber leaping skyward in pursuit of her is just outright ridiculous. Nah, they're servants. Normal logic doesn't apply here. Like Ryder, Saber moves along the sides of the building, striking at her with dizzying speed. The two shadows clash and cross against each other. The sight of the two of them fighting overhead, darting along the building as they climb into the air, is like watching two fighter jets. All the while, I wait here or I need to follow Saber. I mean, what am I going to do in a fight along the side of a building? Like, I mean... We'll trust Saber on this. I don't think I'd be much help in this circumstance regardless. Cooler heads. It's frustrating, but I should stay here. I can't run up the side of the building, and even if I go after Saber, I wouldn't be able to help her much anyway. Saber. No human should get involved in a battle between servants. All I can do here is weave in Saber and wait for her. The next 60 seconds pass with agonizing slowness. After a few moments, I see sparks erupt overhead. The rooftop? Did the two of them go all the way up to the roof? I strain my eyes trying to follow Saber's movements. The pair of figures, one black, one silver, never stops moving, then disappears after climbing a few hundred more meters. What? What should I do? Should I sneak into the building to get to the rooftop now? I may not be able to scale the side of the building, but if I can get to the rooftop where the ground will be stable... What the? A blindingly bright light bursts atop the roof. Not just once. It flashes again and again like successive shots in the steady rhythm of a pendulum swinging back and forth. Don't tell me that's... Ryder's noble phantasm? If it is, Saber doesn't have a chance. We're supposed to let Ryder use her noble phantasm. Saber winning hinges on that. Saber! No time to be indecisive. I grit my teeth at my own inadequacy and sprint back towards the building. I fear I may have made an error. I rush up the stairs. Sneaking in was easy. Getting to the rooftop, not so much. The elevator only went up to the 40th floor, so now I have to run up the stairs the rest of the way. Can't waste time with crap like this! Be careful, don't get ambushed. The lights are out, but I keep rushing up the darkened staircase. It's been 5 minutes since I sneaked inside. Okay, so even if I had pursued, it was a minute before the phantasm started going off. I couldn't have gotten up here in less than 5, so... I don't think I've made the wrong call necessarily before. A normal battle would have ended by now. Ugh. The ground shakes. Oh no. It's a trap. The 50-story skyscraper rocks like a bomb's just gone off. What the... They're bringing down the whole skyscraper? That wasn't Ryder's noble phantasm. Just one more flight of stairs until I reach the rooftop. I try to shake off this ominous feeling and focus entirely on reaching the top of the stairs. What? Is there anything up here? The instant I open the door, a rush of heat sears my cheek. Scorching hot wind rushes in at me. What the hell is happening here? The concrete roof is pocked and scorched. The air is so dry, nothing could survive up here. Saber? Saber sprawled on the ground at the heart of it all, exhausted. What? Saber! Come back, Saber! I rush over to Saber and gather her into my arms. Oh no. She's still breathing. Saber's unconscious and she's breathing heavily from the wound she's sustained. Saber. Saber's alone. Ryder's nowhere to be seen. What happened doesn't matter. The outcome is clear enough. If Ryder were still here, she wouldn't just leave Saber alone, weakened as she obviously is. Which means the only survivor, the victor, is Saber. Ryder was defeated. But the effort of beating her must have left Saber unconscious. Hang in there, Saber. I'll take you home quick and have Tasaka look at you. I lift Saber up. She's so light. Saber weighs no more than an illusion. She lets out an anguished sigh. It's done. I'm having her sleep in the Japanese-style room. She's not waking up anytime soon, though. Not with the state she's in. Thanks for taking a look. I wouldn't have been able to treat Saber. Well, I just took her armor off to make her more comfortable. There's really nothing to thank me for. Saber's not improving, so I didn't do much. But still, I'm glad Tasaka was here. The moment I arrived home carrying Saber, Tasaka understood what was going on. Tasaka wasted no time in removing her armor and checking her injuries. So, what happened? You went to go find Shinji and you came home with a wounded Saber? I know something happened. Care to explain? I actually don't know either. All I know is that Saber and Ryder fought, and Saber was the only survivor. I do want details, but I can let that go for now. Probably the least of your concerns at this point. What do you mean by that? Why? What do you mean, the least of my concerns? How's that unclear? You've got to have figured it out by now, that Saber is going to disappear. What? Disappear? What do you... But she's alive, isn't she? Right? What? She says it so calmly. Tasaka just casually brings up the one thing I've been trying so hard to avoid. Disappear? You're saying Saber's going to disappear? Yes. I don't know what happened in that battle, but Saber's almost out of magical energy. And I'm not giving her any more. She's in so much agony because she's fighting so hard to remain here, even as she's on the brink of disappearing from the lack of magical energy. What? Saber's going to disappear because she doesn't have magical energy? Yes, she doesn't have enough magical energy to maintain her spiritual form in this world. A normal master would just share their magical energy, but you can't do that. Right now, Saber is like a fish suffocating out of water. Rin, is there any way I can learn how to share my energy with her? Please! I'd give it all up! Suffocating? That's ridiculous! She was fine before. Saber said she could recover if she slept. No, she never said that. She said that she could limit how much was depleted if she slept, not that she could recover. Only because she had an extraordinary amount of magical energy to begin with. But now that's burned up. There are only two ways to restore servants' magical energy when they run out. Either the master replenishes their magical energy, or they have the servant collect magical energy themselves. What would it take for it to collect magical energy, Rin? A servant collecting it themselves. That would mean killing innocent people. Like Ryder. That's impossible. Saber would never do that. She said herself that she'd never do such a thing. If I wanted to, I do still have command spells. But I can't do that. I can't go against her fundamental wishes and like morality like that. She'd never forgive me. I figured as much. But those are your only options. As long as the master doesn't provide magical energy, the servant will have to supply their own somehow. But it's your choice. If you want to save Saber, you'll need to tell her to attack people and eat their souls. I can't do that, can I? That's the most realistic method. But that's... I'm sure Saber would hate that, but if you leave this be, she will disappear, sooner or later. And you'll be a target for other masters. Well, can't he just, like, seek refuge in the church, at least? Saber's going to disappear. I can't even consider that. I still remember the warmth of her body when I was carrying her. I'll let you decide. Saber's condition might settle down if she sleeps. But she's at her limit. If you're going to make a decision, you have to do it by tomorrow morning at the latest. Yosako leaves the living room. I feel dizzy. I can't even lift my head. The only thing I can do is listen to the sound of her footsteps fading down the hall. I mean, we've only been streaming 3 hours. We could do one more chapter. One more day. Alright. February 10th. 11. Dragon slaying. It's morning. The sun rose, but I didn't sleep a wink. Saber hasn't woken up. She's still sleeping, looking almost dead. At least she's not as pale. The situation's not that dire. Her breathing is even. And that pained look she had last night has smoothed over. Saber's sleeping peacefully. It's a morning like any other. Maybe if I let her sleep, Saber will recover? That way I won't have to make her kill anyone. Then she could stay with me, just like she has been. How could I be so selfish? I slam my fist into the wall. My own weakness nauseates me. I don't know, maybe we could have her, like... we could have her, like, take out, like, some convicted felons or something. Death Note style, right? Then we wouldn't have the blood of, like, literal innocence on our hands. Yeah, that could be a morally fine way to handle this situation, maybe? If I put off my decision any longer, Saber will disappear. Damn it! I stand up without another sound. I don't know when Saber's going to wake up, but I have to make a decision before she does. I head out. I don't have a plan. I just Wander. Hoping I'll happen across a sign that will help me make up my mind. The park is empty as usual. Maybe because it's so cold. There's no one around, and it looks like I'm the only one outside. I sit on a bench, the question still ringing in my head. No answer yet presenting itself. Time slips by me as I sit on the bench. I have no idea how long I remain sitting there. But just as my fingers start to tremble from the cold, Ilya. I guess she's a friendly enough face for it now. I thought I'd never see you again, but you're here. I look up, hearing a voice calling to me. It really is you. Hello, Shiro. You look down. Did something happen? Ilya? Did you come all the way here by yourself again? It's not safe. You never know where masters are lurking. I'm about to warn her that other masters might be lurking nearby, waiting to attack. I catch myself realizing how stupid that would be. Ilya's a master. I shouldn't be worried about her. We're enemies. Sorry. I don't have time to talk right now. I know we bumped into each other, but I can't talk today. It's going to be really cold, so you should head home. I don't get up from the bench as I dismiss Ilya. There are plenty of things I'd like to talk to her about, but I can't think of anything other than Saber right now. What's going on? Ilya doesn't say anything. She's looking at me as if I'm a stranger. Ilya. Sorry, I don't mean to be harsh. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. I know. Saber's about to disappear, right? How the heck do you know that? And you're wondering what to do? Just out of nowhere. Ilya's voice has gotten so cold and detached. Ilya, how do you know about that? There's not much to explain. I was there last night. At the building. Did Shinji team up with you? To take out Saber? I could only watch from inside, though. I tried to make my hands and feet move, but nothing happens. No. It feels like the more I try to move, the stiffer they get. It's those eyes. Whenever I see Ilya's red eyes, my senses go dull. Oh, you're already chained down. You really weren't on your guard at all. I thought it'd be easier to capture you if you were all alone. You're so cute, getting caught so easily. What? Hey, you. It's no use, brother. You can't move now. Soon you'll be able to talk, but there's nothing to worry about. I actually didn't come here to talk today either. What? Ilya's eyes blaze with murderous intent. Everything's falling apart. Ilya! I thought we had some degree of rapport with each other, didn't we not? This is Ilya as I saw her the other night. Berserker's master. Do you want to kill me? Right here? I grit my teeth and gather all my strength, but my fingers won't so much as budge. It's like Ilya's stare has frozen every nerve in my body. There's no reason for you to remain a master, right? If Saber disappears, you'll be all alone. Can't have you go on being a master. Sorry for the Skype noise there. Honestly, I should uninstall the whole thing. I don't even recall when I installed it in the first place, but for the last like several weeks or couple weeks, it's all of a sudden been like, I don't know, I'm apparently subscribed to like a news thing on Skype. I keep getting subscribed to some like Forex trading like forums or something, so like I don't know. It'll be uninstalled by the next stream. Mark my words. Like, if this is their idea of how to gain a customer back, it's not working. I can kill you easily if you have no other means to fight. Ilya raises her hand. But, like, if I don't have a servant, if I'm not gonna have a servant anymore soon, then, like, I'm not doing any threats soon, yeah? Her slender white fingers reach for my chest. I'm glad I found you before the others killed you. So good night, brother. Saber's going to disappear anyway, so the sooner the better, right? Did I just straight up die? Where'd I go wrong? My vision fades. My limbs have gone completely numb. And now I can't see either. How long have I been stuck in this darkness? Before I can figure out whether I'm alive or dead, I lose consciousness. I think I'm still alive? Are you sure about this, Ilya? This boy is not your enemy? You stay out of this, Liz. And I have every right to do this. It's my privilege. I waited 10 years for this. I'm not letting him go now. Huh? Ilya? What? I can't move. No, I can't even feel my body. What the hell happened? Am I really here? Refrain from further comment, Lysrit. Preparations to accept the vessel are now ready, miss. All that remains is to conduct the transfer. This sounds really bad and messed up. Okay, let's begin. You two can leave. My vision goes dark. There is no light here. All I can see is the crimson of Ilya's command spells. My consciousness is being taken someplace else. I feel nothing. And yet, I feel like someone's taking my arm? I'm feeling faint. I don't know what will happen to me next, but it seems my fight has already ended. I just straight up died.